Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the What Kind of Man at YouTube with a very special interview with evok3d printing solutions. This company ran a stall and a demonstration at the 2013 Model Expo to drum up any interest for scale hobbyists, of course. You had a few models on display, some examples of printed out work, including reels, consumables, and a computer with three-dimensional items that he was currently printing out. For the whole time I was quite skeptical, believing that 3D printing was far too expensive to enter. The build your own printer kits were quite complex in getting exactly right, and the resolution of the items coming out was not up to scratch. To my surprise, the technology is a lot easier to operate, cheaper to run, and quite cheap to enter at this current stage. At the moment, I'm still choosing to stay out of this game until things get a bit more affordable to enter and easier to use, as the software is still quite heavy and powerful that's required for drawing things. On the other hand, it has been noted that things can be downloaded from free websites where other people has created such items. Anyway, please enjoy this presentation and use this as a catalyst for debate and discussion. Please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Joe Carmody. I'm the founder of evok3d.com.au, evok3d.com.au. And today we're showing two of the up range of personal printers. This is the Up Plus, and you can see they're very affordable, $16.59 plus GST. This one's $9.95 plus GST, and they come with the printing software, which you can see here. It's very easy to use. I've downloaded some models of a supercharger, and I'm printing those at the moment. So the software will automatically work out how best to print them. It'll put the support material in place, it'll slice it up into layers, and it'll send it to the printer. So you can see the model's actually being printed now. And as most people would know, you slice it into layers and you lay it down layer by layer. This is actually printing at 150 microns, which is 0.15 of a millimetre, so quite high resolution. You can always sand it, hit it with some acetone, or use some other type of finishing process. So maybe you want to paint it, maybe you want to putty it, maybe you want to glue it together. So very good for small parts. You can also do some larger parts, and I can show you some here. So this is a Tin rocket that we did. This was actually printed in sections, and then it's been assembled. Here's a Mars rover, similar story. That's actually snapped together, so it's printed in components. But one thing I'll show you is it does actually have moving parts, and they are actually printed in a single piece. So you can print real working things. Here's a bearing. That's actually printed assembled. So yeah, it's really up to the imagination. Whatever you can think of and whatever you can design up, you can print. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you from the Model Expo.
Just got two questions. If I was to design parts, what software would I have to use?
Okay, so there's free software that's downloadable. Google SketchUp's an example of that. Autodesk have Untitled Design. They're basic parametric 3D modelling software. You need to invest a few hours in it so that you get a handle on it, but that's an easy and cheap option. Then from there you can buy packages. I sell a package, Bonsai 3D, which is about $500, and that's a lot more in depth and a lot more capable. And then from there it goes up. Professional packages, it can cost you $3,000 to $5,000 for a license. You can also get free software that will convert a photograph or a series of photographs into a model, and of course you can get 3D scanners as well. So there's a number of different ways that you can get the model, and you need the model to print. The easiest way is actually go online, somewhere like thingiverse.com, and download a model that someone else has created.
And one last question, run me through any consumables that you'll have to regularly buy, such as the yellow mat or the actual tubing.
Yep. So the filament which the printer uses, this one's printing in ABS plastic, but we can also do PLA, you can use high impact polystyrene. PLA does come in food grade as well, so if you want to print cookie cutters or something like that you could. But anyway, that's about $60 a roll, but you'll get a whole heap of models out of that. Just wait there, I'll show you another one. Or maybe you can have a look at here. So this is actually made in Melbourne. This filament is 100% ABS, and it gives a nice glossy finish, and it comes in a whole range of colours. Obviously there's your primary colours, but then there's various other colours you can get too. I've even seen filament available from overseas which is gold coloured, that's glow in the dark, that changes with temperature, etc. So new materials are coming out all the time, but they're around about the $50–60 a kilogram. The other thing that you'll need is the print boards. Now these are just actually PCB boards. You get a number of them with the printers, and you just need to actually clean them up with a scraper when you're finished, and you can go again. One other thing I'll just point out, a lot of the spare parts on the printer are actually printed on the printer, and when you buy the printer you get the files. So these are actually some spare parts for the Up Mini over there, which have been printed on the printer. So yes, they can make themselves, at least part of themselves. But they do still need a person to push the button at this point.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.